Thank you, Madam Chair. Thanks to all the witnesses. Unlike Mr. Huffman, I can't claim to be a lifelong expert on the issue that we are discussing today, but I've listened very carefully to all of the witnesses. I've also consulted in recent days with my senior policy advisor, John Oliver of HBO, who did a wonderful presentation on this. We probably should have had him as one of the witnesses today. And I really want to start with a broad historical question for Ms. Sutherland first, and that is, how did we get here? After all, this is not a new issue. If we look at PFAS, for example, we know that the companies that produce products like Teflon, DuPont, chief among them, knew about the dangers, the extreme risks posed by these chemicals, going back to, I guess, at least the early 1990s, which means that the scientific community was aware, was doing studies and reports. From your perspective as somebody who spent many, many years at EPA, what is it about our system of monitoring and regulating these kinds of chemicals that causes it to fail for so long, even when the scientific knowledge is there?
So let me just start with just a little historical aspect. The old TSCA did require us to show a problem before we could take action on a chemical. And there is a lot of protection for the chemical industry from confidential business information. So we were really hamstrung, and that's part of what John Oliver was pointing out last night or Sunday, is that we did not have the studies that the industry had. There was no transparency or sharing of that information. The new TSCA gives us all kinds of new authority to first, before you even allow a chemical into commerce, to require adequate data from the industry. When it's a confidential business information, we cannot share it as openly with the public, but certainly within the agency we can. And I just saw, actually today, an announcement that EPA is going to start a whole new database with all the studies that they can find on all 9,000 of the PFAS chemicals and make that publicly available. So transparency and the new authorities under TSCA will be able to cure these problems that John Oliver so brilliantly exposed in his show.
Okay. What about the problem of, it seems to me we're still there with the wide variety of PFAS chemicals, that we're approaching this one compound at a time, right? Where one particular variety of PFAS is shown to be harmful or toxic. So hopefully we ban that, but then what stops the industry from just moving on to a similar substance that has not yet gone through the rigorous testing? Are we always going to be one or two steps too late?
Well,
what do you think?
So, and I did want to respond to Representative Rouser on this, but I was too intimidated by the time limit. The issue is really, we do have, because of the pressure on PFAS, we've already developed all kinds of safe alternatives for firefighting foam and for certain types of food packaging. We already have corporate action actually saying that they will no longer buy these PFAS contaminated products, and that in turn has a big marketplace. So there is enormous innovation in the chemical industry that would allow them to come up with safe alternatives. We just have to use the authority we have to crack down on the ones we know are causing problems. And I'm convinced the Biden administration is going to use the TSCA authority to treat whole groups of chemicals as a category that can then be run through the TSCA process of regulating them. The question is, how long are you willing to wait for those categories to complete that minimum 7-year process? It would be a lot quicker for Congress to ban non-essential uses of PFAS than to wait for this TSCA process to take place.
And so we should. Thank you so much, and I yield that.